How's everyone been doing? We're going to be working on gaining our 50 dragons and progressing the story if we can. I don't remember where we have been already in this world. I know I struggled with the charging place. I think that's one of the last places to go because down here is the flight. I check it, even though I know. I'm not really sure where to go from here. I need to pause real quick. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I'm going to grab stuff real quick for today's episode. Um, I'm recording this before all the winter stuff comes out. I hope you guys are all being safe out there. So I've been playing a lot of Tears of the Kingdom lately, and the songs for the stables is stuck in my head. The trying to figure out where I want to go. So I want to start with artisans. I think I worked my way up. Got a lot of cash there, though. That's pretty nice. Not a whole lot here. But that's okay. This is kind of a really open world type of level. We can kind of go anywhere and do stuff. While we wait for me to find the dragons, I will. Now I am moving digital stuff first. I have some physical copies of games. So just what I have gotten digitally to start with. Of course, after this dragon,
After you've freed all the dragons, pass through this fancy vortex thingamajigger. It'll take you back to the artisan home. But first, let me tell you a story.
No thanks. See ya!
so we have Breath of the Wild, which is top five Zelda games. If I had to rate them, in no particular order, just the top five: Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Link's Awakening, Majora's Mask, and Wind Waker are my top five.
Watch the dragonfly, Spyro. His color indicates his power. When he eats butterflies, he stays strong, like me.
Sure.
Um, but yeah, super big fan of that game. Obviously a super big fan of Tears of the Kingdom. I'm currently playing through it for the second time. I've done Breath of the Wild. I want to say at least 2 or 3 times. Um, but this is definitely only my second time with um Tears of the Kingdom. I have the remake of Link's Awakening. It was probably one of my favorite remakes of a game of all time. Not only because it's one of my favorite Zelda games, but it was just such a cute diorama type feel of the game.
When you free a dragon or step on one of their platforms, you're saving your progress. That could be useful if you run into trouble. Not that you ever run into trouble, Spyro.
The diorama feel really fit in with how the game played out. I was really hoping to hear about a remake of Orphan Seasons and Ages. I really wanted it to be done in the same format. I did play a little bit of the Zelda one. That gameplay was weird for me though, if I'm being honest. Um, I didn't finish it. In fact, I kind of even sold it kind of almost right away to GameStop for some money. I just couldn't get into how it felt and stuff. It played weirdly for me. I don't know. I might end up trying to get it again sometime and try it again. Um, I have Skyward Sword, the remake. Um, uh, I didn't get very far into this. This one was kind of hard for me to get into as well. Um, but I do plan on sometime trying again. Um, just I d- like I my goal this year is to play through all of this Zelda games I have access to. Um, some of the Zelda games I don't really have access to would be the ones on the DS. Um, but in like the Game Boy Advance.
Spyro, my friend, how about a hint on gliding?
You bet.
For the longest glide, press the jump button at the top of your jump, and try pressing the action button to drop down mid-flight.
Like you'd be a grandpa. Can't have that grandpa vibe about him. I have a game called Video Kid. Um, if you guys aren't familiar with Paperboy, I'm sorry, but you might be lost on this reference. But it plays a lot like Paperboy. It's like Paperboy jam packed full of 80s references and stuff. Just to the brim. I haven't been in it to even see all of them. Because it really is game over and you have to start all over again. And it's really kind of unforgiving in that sense. Um, the Untitled Goose Game, I played this once by myself, and I played it once with my wife, and it was both times were just as enjoyable as the other. I had a lot of fun doing the co-op with my wife. I kind of look forward to maybe doing that again sometime. It's a really fun game, really easy to get into and learn and stuff. I have WarioWare Get It Together, which was the first one of the two Switch games. WarioWare is just a really fun um, franchise. It's chock full of like fast paced mini games where you kind of have to learn on the fly of what you're supposed to do. I really enjoy it. Um, it's a game I will every once in a while get back into just to do a couple rounds here or there. I have the Wheel of Fortune game, which I love Wheel of Fortune. I'm pretty good at Wheel of Fortune, and I feel like my wife is too. And sometimes she will see a word I don't necessarily see, and I will see a word sometimes she doesn't see. So it does get kind of competitive in that format. Um, but yeah, it's just a fun game, and it's a good adaptation of the game too. Um, I think level 100% complete, really short, sweet, to the point. I have a game called Wild the Iron is Hot. Um, I didn't beat it, and that's not for lack of not caring. Again, it was the whole ADD thing. But I'm at a loss of words of how to describe it. Um, you're a blacksmith and you make armor and weapons and stuff, and it's kind of like a timed mini game for each of them, and you make them for the people who are around you. And I didn't get very far, so I don't know if it gets into a more in depth field than that. But I think it's fun. Um, it's again one of those games that you can kind of pick up and play and pick up and go as you go. Um, I have Wingspan in here, which I'm pretty sure I already touched on. I think Wingspans are a super Indian game. I have the physical copy of it, and it's probably the highest quality game I've done so far, or I've owned so far. The rule book is really nice. Paper, the material, everything about it is it's so well put together. I have a word search game on here. Again, I was looking for some burst, like keep your mind going type games. That was one of them. I have both of the. Yeah, you want those games, right? So here you go. Now let's see you clear them. Sorry, I had to wait for the ticker because I couldn't quite remember. Um, couldn't quite remember. Yeah, this was just me more or less making sure, without a full list of levels in front of me, I wanted to make sure I knew of all the levels that I needed to be cleared to go on. But yeah, I have both of those, and they're both really fun. Um, really do kind of scratch the itch of seeing those fake ads for games and wanting to play those fake ads of those games for. But the only complaint I have is you have to be really fast with your reactions and stuff in order to get the 3 stars on some of them, and I do not have that in me. I have Ukulele, which I remember the Kickstarter and stuff, and I remember seeing that it was supposed to be like the next big Spyro Dash Crash Bandicoot game, but I think the game sucked. I got like 2 or 3 levels in, and I was like, this is boring, this is awful, this is not put together very well. Then I saw that they had a sequel of all things, which was surprising to me. Um, couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe they had a sequel. I was dumbfounded. I have Yoshi's Crafted World, which is a super fun and super endearing game. Super forgiving as far as whether or not you die um, and stuff. Um, and then of course I have like the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance and all those emulators that they have on here. And I do those every once in a while. I enjoy them as well. Um, some of the physical games I I just got done 100% of this game for the second time. So I clearly like it. It's a lot of fun. Me and the wife tried playing it together. I don't think she was into it that fun.
Huh? Oh. Thank you for releasing me, Spyro.
Canyon rewards good gliders. You are a good glider, eh, Spyro?
I was born to glide.
Which I don't really have that much of a beef with Sword. I don't. My latest beef with the mainline Pokemon game is oftentimes my brother kind of ruins them for me, and I hate to bash him like that's what he does. The whole idea of getting the perfect EVs and stuff like that just not as fun for me. The fun is like collecting the Pokemon and going on the adventure and trying to come up with Team Dirt. That sort of situation. The Rayman Legends, which I know I've already covered, I love Rayman Legends. I think it's a fantastic game that everybody should try. Let's Go Pikachu. Super cute way to remake the red and blue. I really liked it. I kind of wish we would get more remakes in that fancy. I kind of would like to get like the gold and for them to do the whole series in a Let's Go Pikachu sort of mentality. I thought it was probably the most fun I've had in a Pokemon game in a while. I will.
Is that you, Spyro? Are you the young dragon I've been hearing so much about? Ever since you were a wee puff of smoke, we've known,
You've known...
I forget.
Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, the first one, not the Calamity one. I don't know if I ever will get the Calamity one because honestly, I found that game to be kind of more on the boring side. No offense to anyone who loves. I've always like it. Kind of it's the clone of Dynasty Warriors. I found them to be incredibly boring too. It's just not my speed. I had a. I can't remember if it was an ex-girlfriend of mine or the stepbrother I had growing up who was using Dynasty Warriors. I almost wanted to pick the thing. But I just could not get into it. It saved my life. It just never became something I could ever care about.
Incredible glide, Spyro. I thought I'd be stuck here forever with those ugly vultures standing on my head.
Those birds might look tough, but they're pretty tasty. Flame broiled with a pinch of salt.
I like That'd be like fun. Probably the best picture game. Played that where this is fun. I did that with the kids a lot. Probably they had a lot of fun doing it. Corcoran Arcade. The game I think is great. I'm not thinking it's cool, but Beanie Thing, which if you don't know what it is, next to that game, that the game came in like a circular band thing that you would slide your time to, and then it also has this like leg strap all of it, and it would track your exercise. I'm embarrassed. I did not figure out how to get through that. It was like staring at like go through it. Doing nothing. I ended up but he's been too long. I actually to get back into it. Both of those. Yeah, that's all I need. I have a lot of I kind of would really like there was one that I did. So easy to get coins to get one ups and stuff and that. It was silly. It was fun, but it was silly. Um I have the Link Between Worlds game. Another one of my favorites. Honestly, I really enjoyed that. I played that through that one a few times too. Um I honestly to some extent feel like I kind of prefer the top down Zelda games over the 3D ones, even though I have a lot of 3D ones very easily at my top five. It's easier for me to get into them. Um, I have Animal Crossing New Leaf. Animal Crossing was a game that my friend Bethany got me into, and New Leaf was a lot of fun. Um, One thing I kind of so the Switch has like this weird coin gathering thing. You can have up to 300 coins, and there wasn't, as far as I know, too many ways to spend I've actually kind of thought about trying to do New Leaf again, just because it is to me different enough than not New Leaf. Is it New Leaf? Yeah, New Leaf. New Horizons is the Switch one. As the Detective Pikachu, I didn't beat it. Again, not because it wasn't fun, but because of my ADD. And it's gonna be an excuse for so many games, and it must get boring at this point. Final Fantasy Explorers, which is a Mario, not Mario, Monster Hunter ripoff. And as I already said, with Monster Hunter, it's really hard for me to get into that. It's kind of a weird grind game loop that I can't ever really get into. I have Mario Party Island Tour, which was like the 3DS Mario Party game. I think I said this about in the previous talk about Mario Party, but the 3DS is more about getting to the end of the board than it is about getting stars. And something about that just didn't set right with me as far as enjoying it. Um, and that plus Mario Party is fun with friends, and you had to have a friend who had a 3DS, and I think they also had to have Mario Party to play. I don't really remember, um, but um, that just wasn't a thing for me. I have Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D and Majora's Mask 3D. I never beat Ocarina of Time. Um, it's hard. I got pretty far. I may not be too much of a surprise, but the water temple, Jesus Christ, that level is a pain. It's a huge dump and a half. It actually also took me quite a long time to get through Majora's Mask, and I would always think that it was a favorite long before I even finished it. But I did, in fact, finish it relatively recently. I actually got semi, it's, you know,
How's a dragon supposed to flame metal armor anyway?
Remember, Spyro, flame won't work on metal, but charge it with your horns, that should do the trick.
I actually got semi inspired to play through that because of what felt like a very disappointing end to the Game Grumps' playthrough of Majora's Mask. And it only became more disappointing when I realized just how close Aaron was to just beating the game, and that's when he gave up. That's when he decided this game's trash and whatever, and gave up on it. He was so close to beating it. It was so sad. I have Luigi's Mansion on here, the first one specifically. Um, at least right now, I think I have both. Yep, I have both of them on here. I love the first Luigi's Mansion. It's endearing. It's nostalgia. It's the bee's knees, if you will. Excuse me. Um, one of my favorite games, I would have to say, as far as Nintendo based. Um, that's if I'm only able to pick like one Zelda game to pick as one of my favorites. If I'm able to pick as many Zelda games as possible, then I'm sorry, but there's too many there. I have Monster Hunter Generations again. Monster Hunter really is something I keep trying to get into, and it keeps just not happening for me. Um, and I don't know when I'm going to learn my lesson. I didn't buy the new one. I guess that's when I'll learn my lesson. I have Pokemon Silver, and I think honestly I might also have Pokemon Gold on my account, though I can't be down it because it's shut off stuff. But I have which I loved Pokemon Silver. It was again one of my favorites. Um, I do remember a friend of mine, you know,
Hey, what's on the other side of that river?
Why don't you glide there and find out?
a friend of mine telling me, I remember that either he himself was just making up on the fly, or he himself had heard from someone, um, that if you got the water starter and you didn't use any rare candies on him, but you didn't evolve him, um, so you hold him the last evolution when he had 100, and the time before that when he hit 99, you would get like a super rare move that was the only way he could learn the move. Um, it was something like that, something completely ludicrous. Obviously never panned out. I think we all would have heard about it by now. Um, and Pokemon Yellow, um, which I tried looking it up once and I can't find anything. So maybe I'm talking out my ass and maybe I'm remembering things wrong. I really do have this really core memory that if you got the Pikachu from the game in yellow to learn Surf, and then got that Pikachu from yellow to Pokemon Stadium One, and had him on your team, and played through everything, including like the Mewtwo battle at the end. That was how you got Mew. I don't remember if that's true or not. But it feels like it was, but it could be a lie. I don't know. That's just how I remember it. But I will say Pokemon Yellow honestly has to be hands down one of my favorite Pokemon games. I spent so much time on this on Pokemon Yellow. I do remember having a level 100 Hitmonlee that basically one could single-handedly take on the entire Elite Four plus um Gary at the end.
You've reached the highest point in Clifftown. You can get to almost anywhere from here. If I were you, I'd use that whirlwind over there.
And I remember just grinding away with him. Um, and so like Emily kind of became like a favorite Pokemon of mine. Um, and he always kind of reminded me of the furry guy from Looney Tunes. And I think because the two reminded me of each other so much, they both became my favorite in their respective things. I have Super Mario World on here. A lot of good memories of that game with my brother. He was very good at Mario. I was not. He knew all the ins and outs. I'm pretty sure that's a game that if it is something to 100%, I'm pretty sure he has. If that makes sense. Um, I have Warrior Gold, which I think took a bunch of old WarioWare mini games I do have Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. At the time of me getting it, it was probably one of my biggest regrets of a game. Um, but it kind of grew on me after time. I wasn't a big fan of, instead of having this big open world mansion, I had levels, but it kind of grew on me over time, and it's still not like top Nintendo game or anything for me by any means necessary, but it's also not my least favorite game anymore. I have downloaded um, Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. Sapphire also was kind of like this specifically Alpha Sapphire was like huge for me. I had so much fun doing Alpha Sapphire, and honestly, the Sun one, the Sun, there was Sun and Moon, but there was like Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Those were really fun. One with the other, you could fly through portals and get mystic Pokemon that way. That was so mind blowing to me. I have a Kirby Star Stacker, which was a Game Boy game, for like the original Game Boy, and that was my first Game Boy game. If not honestly my first game, that was my game, and it's like a Tetris style game. It's a lot of fun. Super easy now, but super difficult back when I first got it. But I must have been about 5 or 6 at the time.
Word of caution, little one. Wait until you grow big, like me, before charging those large enemies.
That 50 dragon mark. But yeah, like I said, this might either literally be my first game ever. It says it was released in '97, so I guess it was 7 at the time. I, but yeah, I kind of fell in love with Kirby then. I had a Tilt and Tumble game too. That was of its own kind. Is how I'll word that. It was super good. I remember also having like a what it was like a really popular toy company. I don't think it was Tonka, but it was something like that. It was like a racing game.
Spyro, some big Norks up ahead are wearing armor, and in the ice cave, armor can make their feet very slippery.
I didn't really have a lot of Game Boy games growing up. So the ones I did have were like really special to me. I remember my brother had like this Crash Dummy game that I feel like I'm the only one who's ever heard of it anytime I talk about it. Because no one else knows what the hell. Some people don't even know about the Crash Dummies, let alone any kind of game or anything. But yeah, that was I don't have them on my DS by any means, but that was like a favorite of mine, an unlocked memory of mine. I had on here a dual jump, which is super of the time. Not really a thing anymore. And then I have the Oracle of Ages seasons and Link's Awakening on here, all of which are really fun. Oracle of Ages and Seasons is technically like there's 2 games, but they have one continuous story. If you use like a
Thank you for releasing me.
if you use like a password code to transfer your save file over, um, really kind of interest like that to me was unheard of at the time. Um, as you might have gathered, in seasons, you get this lot of seasons, and you can kind of control fall, winter, spring, summer, and the world kind of changes with it, and it kind of like had puzzles revolved around it and stuff. And I I forget which one had which, and I don't even remember the names of the enemies at this point. Um,
Thanks for freeing me, Spyro. And now, where was I?
but uh, ultimately, Quinn Nova was kind of behind it all, and they were using these two bad guys that were standalone bad guys in their own equal game to kind of survive Ganondorf or Ganon. I'm not sure which one it is. I'm not sure if it really matters that much. But so you can beat each game individually, but use the password save file to continue the story and then stop Ganondorf ultimately. Um, and in doing so, like you were collecting greens in this game, and you could pass on the greens, and you could start out with an extra heart and stuff, and it was just such a cool idea that I was really hoping to see more of. Um, but a game that I also have um Golden Sun, whoever was for the DS, because I actually got it. I don't know, not last year or the year before, but sometime. Um, whenever the Golden Sun game came to the Switch on the Game Boy Advance, I wanted to play through them. I had Golden Sun back in the day, um, and I played the one with the DS. I also had the DS, but I had the one with the DS that played it that at one point. But I don't think I ever beat Golden Sun one until recently. I couldn't get to Golden Sun 2. And there was a time version of the Game Boy Advance one. But it's still a fun game. If you haven't played the Golden Sun games, it's a turn-based kind of Final Fantasy sort of idea. Um,
You've done well, Spyro. Some dragons thought you weren't ready, but I knew they were wrong.
I'm ready, all right. Ready for what?
where you would get these Jin, and they had element, and whoever held the Jin would have those elemental powers, and you could combine the different elements to create other elements. I don't know. It kind of it's it was really fun, but the Jin ended up making it kind of can do it this time. There we go. Um, but yeah, I look forward to it a little bit more. I've been having fun doing Spyro, and I played Heavy Rain, as I might have mentioned before. Uh, and playing that again, I actually texted the friend that lent it to me, um, and told her how I beat it again. Uh, I did have a random memory burst with her back in the day. We would play PlayStation 3 a lot, and she got me into Fat Princess, um, which is a super endearing, like, team battler, capture the flag type of situation. Um, I really wish I could find a way to play that with my wife. I think she would have a lot of fun with it. It's such a silly game. There's just so many games from back in the day that I wish I could show to my wife and have us play them together, experience them together, because I think she'd find them fun. Like Little Big Planet, 1, 2, and 3. I wish I had easier access to that. I have access to 3 if I really want to, and I have Sackboy, which is a great game, by the way, on the PlayStation. I won't be doing any more reviews tonight. Not because of the episode, we got 14 minutes left, but just because I don't know, I feel like I've been rambling a lot lately. It'd be kind of fun to just be in the moment. I think I just ignored that, dragon, the last dragon there. Oops. Dreamweavers, that's what this world's called. I could not think of it. This is a really interesting world. Because it's full of like illusions and magic and stuff. And I know we have magic crafters, but it's like a different kind of magic, it's tricks and stuff. But yeah, these guys get big and small, and like the metal ones when they're big, um, you can't beat them until they're small again. So that's an interesting concept for me. I think they're all called fools. I don't really remember. Like I think it's like metal fool and not metal fool. So yeah, you have to wait for these to be small, and the guy shooting the cannon that's making them big and small will make the ones by the doors big, and they'll stay big. So you have to take over the cannon and make them small again. It's such a This is such a wonderful game. Going around collecting, bam. I don't even think I saw him.
Welcome to the Dreamweavers, young one. While chasing Nasty's minions in this world, you must expect the unexpected and prepare for what is not there.
Yeah, I guess this is more like fairy tale magic, where magic crafters was more, I don't know, magic. It was just you get like a cool fire breath in these levels that was like, whoa, I can destroy big metal things now. I feel like how like kind of thorough I'm trying to be with all this, trying to make sure I don't have to go back too much. Chakres, Chakres, sounds like a French name. Well done, Spyro. I want to say that the treasure was like I don't remember. I wonder if I can look that up real quick. Spyro 1 balloon requirements. Nice. So the first one is free at least 10 dragons. The second one is collect at least 1,200 gems. The third one is 5 dragon eggs. Then it's 6,000 gems. It skipped over the 50 dragons, so it must be 6,000 gems here. I wasn't paying attention to when I paused. Anti-virus bullshit.
Hello, Spyro. Nicely done. I'll be done when I've toasted that nasty Nork.
They tried to make the top for about 55 minutes and see if it makes that much of a difference. I will go ahead and also see if it makes that much of a difference when I lower me stoof. For whatever reason, I really can't hear anything that's going on. But I did play the sound from the video when it was done in the previous episodes. I can hear it fine. I don't understand why it's being a pain here. I'm not sure what I did to do that. And more importantly, how I can fix it. But I guess it's not that big of a deal. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it is a big deal. I don't know. Gotta make them both small. That's easy to aim an auto targeted turret as you might think it is. Mom. There we go. Make him small. Make everybody small. Dude, I just saw, I think in the beta still, but I just saw that, Schedule 1's getting a huge update. I'm pretty excited to see that.
The fools you see in this world are invincible, but that does not mean they shouldn't be attacked.
Sounds all right to me.
Level. File. The threshold to grind rack. Done. A little bit of game for game after player after this. I know I have to keep the book, but no. That'll be quest, defeat your quest,